Hi, Donna. I'd like it if our wedding can be as extravagant as possible, okay? After all, this is going to be the wedding for your family's oldest son. So instead of giving us some boring little wedding, you should be aiming for something that'll wow everyone. I'm glad to see that you're trying to support the preparation for this wedding, but my family doesn't really care about it being that big or not. So I don't think we have to work too hard to make it have so much wow factor. I just want this wedding to be something that'll make you and Nick happy, okay? Well, I want to have a wedding that doesn't embarrass Nick or I. Oh, is that so? But in our case, we don't have that much saved up for this. We'd only have enough to throw a $30,000 wedding, or so, and that's not that great. You understand what I mean, don't you? He's your oldest son, so he should have a much nicer wedding than whatever $3,000 can afford. I don't really think you two need to go all out on this wedding. And in our family, we really don't think he needs to impress anyone with a nice wedding just because he's the oldest. So please, don't worry about what others think, and just have a wedding that'll make the two of you great memories. Huh? I'm telling you that I want to have a wedding that'll show off the family that you have. I've already made my decision to marry your oldest son, and so I'd like to have a wedding where he doesn't have to feel embarrassed for himself or for you guys. Yet you keep acting like you don't want any of what I'm asking for? Huh? Huh? Does this mean you're going to start picking on his new wife? Because you don't care for me at all, you think it's alright for me to have a lame wedding, don't you? Doesn't that mean you're going to be ruining your son's wedding as well? I never had any intention of that. I'm just saying that you shouldn't be so worked up over a wedding when it's supposed to be about the two of you. And honestly, my family is all from the countryside, Em. I know that way back in the day, families would want to make sure that their first son's wedding was the most amazing, but in this day and age, that way of thinking is way outdated. Well, I don't think so. I think it would be nice to have a flashy wedding that lets everyone know that your son is getting married to me. Really? And that's why I'm trying to get you to agree with me to have the most spectacular wedding for the two of us. Yet you keep saying you're fine with us having a small wedding. In other words, you don't really care if we're happy with our wedding or not. I can see you're already starting to enjoy picking on me. I told you, I have no intention of that. And the fact that you both are getting married makes me and my husband very happy. Then you'd be alright if this wedding is big and fabulous, right? I guess so. I guess you could see it that way then. Then we'll do what makes the both of you happy and have a great huge wedding so that we can get married. But because it'll be making you guys happy to see us getting married, I'd like you to be responsible for the wedding, and I'd also like you to pay for it. Huh? You want me paying for it? You're asking that we also help pay for your wedding then? Of course I am. I'm already putting in a lot of effort as it's to marry your son so that you all can be so happy. So if you want to respect my effort, I'd like for you guys to get some money ready to pay for this amazing wedding. Well... Alright then, I'll let you handle the costs of whatever much this whole wedding comes out to, okay? After all, this is the wedding for your first son, so it has to be very important. And since I'll become his new wife, I'll make sure to put all my effort into making this wedding as beautiful and dazzling as possible. Nick, have you guys already moved in with each other? Everything that I sent over to you had been sent back to me.
Yeah, actually, we did move in together. And what kind of things were you sending to me?
Presents from all our family. The wedding the two of you had a little while back was very gorgeous, right? Everyone in the family felt like they should have given you guys more back then, so these are extra presents to make up for how spectacular the wedding was for them.
Well, then I suppose I will take all of those. Can you send them all to my office or something?
But there's quite a bit here, and taking it all home from your office would be a pain, right? Would you like me to just put them in my car and bring them to your new house? That's the best, I think. So can you tell me the address of your new house?
You don't have to do that. I don't want any of you guys knowing where I'm living now.
Huh?
Just have it all sent to my office, please. That'll be the most convenient for me.
Wait a minute, Nick. Why don't you want to tell me where you're living now? I'm your mom after all, so you shouldn't be worked up about telling me where you're living currently.
Huh? Why would I tell my mom where I live after she never seemed to care about her oldest son's wedding?
Huh? When did I ever say I never cared about your wedding? Your dad and I have been caring about you forever, and we take anything that happens to or with you as important.
Well, if you really cared about me, you would have given me more than just $10,000 for my wedding. So don't tell me you care for me and want to make me important when your actions have already spoken for you.
Huh?
I'm aware that our house is all old and in the countryside, but you guys have held on to that house for the longest time. So you and Dad should have had more than $10,000 to hand to Em and I for the wedding, right? Yet all we got was a small check for $10,000. This was your first son's wedding, and you should have given me at least 10 times that amount to show how much you care about me.
10 times as much? Did you know that we originally didn't plan on giving you guys any money for your wedding? But Em kept saying that I was picking on her for some reason. And so that $10,000 was given to you both so that she'd stop saying things like that.
Huh? So you gave us the money only to shut her up? Do you not realize that I'm your oldest son? Not only am I supposed to get the house after you die, but you should be treating me with the respect I deserve.
What?
Our family has always thought the oldest son is the most important, right? But you guys tried to make us all forget that, until one day, Em started teaching me everything that this world used to think. So thanks to her, my eyes have once again been opened. I mean, she had to take on the pressure of becoming my wife, and that took a lot of courage. Yet after all the work she put in to be with me, and me being the oldest son, you and Dad act like you're not thankful. It's because of both of your disgusting attitudes towards us that I'm not telling you where I live.
What?
If you guys want to keep acting selfish over there, then so will we. Now, go and have all those presents sent to my office so that I can get them later. Wait, Mom! You only ended up giving us $10,000 for a wedding. Yet you plan on giving Kevin a whole ton more when his wedding comes around? That's screwed up!
I
had assumed that you and Dad had spent all your money, and that's why you only gave us so little. Yet you're now saying that you'll be paying for all of Kevin's wedding? What is wrong with you? That's not fair at all. You should at least only give him $10,000 as well. No, wait, you should only be giving him $1,000.
You have no right to tell me what to do as a stranger. Your dad and I really want to pay for all of Kevin's wedding, so that's exactly what we're going to do.
What?
Unlike the man you've turned into these past few years, Kevin has remained the same kind and ambitious little man we've always loved. He even remembers to celebrate us on Mother's and Father's Day, and he makes sure that we have presents on our birthdays. It's only right that we want to treat him for being so kind to us.
Wait, there's something wrong here. I know that I wasn't always there to celebrate everything with you guys. But saying that, just by doing that, you're going to treat him better than me is just crazy.
Oh, what's wrong with us wanting to treat our only son with such importance?
Huh?
We once had an older son, but he liked to think that because he was the first, he could get away with telling his parents off. So compared to him, Kevin is like a little saint that we have to praise. We even gave it some thought after everything you and Em said, and I think we will be treating our oldest son with far more respect now. We actually had always wanted to treat our oldest with huge respect, and that's why we originally were planning on letting you handle yourself, so you weren't pressured like so many others. But now that you've cut ties with us, you're no longer the oldest, and so Kevin gets to take the seat. Really, we only have one son now anyway, And so there really is no problem with us doing whatever we can to take care for only our son.
What? Can you hold on, Mom? Mom, Dad, are you saying that Kevin is a way better son than me?
Yeah, he's the best son we could have ever wished for.
What?
And that son of ours saying that he's going to be getting married really soon here. And he's told us he wants to use the wedding as a way of giving thanks to his parents. He even told us not to give him any gifts at the wedding and to let himself pay for everything. And since he said something so sincere to us, I had no choice but to tell him that we'd be paying for everything.
Stop screwing around. Why are you giving him all the attention? You never did any of that for me and Em.
That's because neither of you seem to respect us, and instead just sat there complaining the whole time. And unlike Kevin's fiancée, yours chose to start saying rude things to me and act as though I was being mean to her. I'm sorry, but there's no way I can respect a couple like you guys after all of that.
What?
So to make sure that I at least respect both of you wanting to cut ties with this family, I don't want either of you ever coming back here again. We have only one son that we need to start caring more now for. Donna, can we at least just act though us talking about all that cutting ties stuff never happened? I've realized that cutting ties to all of you would be really sad, so how about we just start working towards building a strong family again? Huh? I don't want to do that. I think all of us like it much better now that you both aren't in our lives anymore. What? You think that it's better now that we're gone? You really don't want to become good family now? Yeah, I don't even want to see your faces. I went through all the trouble to help you both out a little, yet I never heard a bit of thanks from either of you two. So I have no need to come close to you guys. But that was all just because we misunderstood some things. We just thought you guys didn't have any more money, that's all. And I just assumed that you were trying to hurt me by saying you didn't want to help me with your oldest son's wedding. But now Nick and I have seen what we misunderstood and want to make things right again. I don't think how many times I'll have to say this, but no is no. We're not going to change the way we feel about you guys now, so just stop trying with us, okay? What do you mean? I just wanted you to give us an amazing wedding. Why do you have to continue bullying me for that? If you think you can just keep doing that to me, I'll have no choice but to continue crying over it. Huh? I'm right in front of your house right now. I thought you'd want to make things right with us, so I came here hoping to see you today. But now that you've told me you don't want me to become family again, and don't even want to see my face anymore, I'm done. I'm going to stand out here and start yelling at the top of my lungs that you're hurting me and trying to make me suffer. Then everyone in this neighborhood will know that you like to hurt your son's wife, and they'll start to get upset with you. Does this mean you're threatening me now? I just want our families to get back together. Do you think I can come in for some coffee and we can talk this all over right now? Because if you say no, I'm going to have to start yelling and crying that you're bullying me. I wonder why you keep thinking that I hate you. Well, if you feel that way, then go right ahead. Right now, my family and I are on vacation with our son and his fiancée, so we're not even home. Huh? You went with them on vacation? Those two really kept telling us that they didn't want anything from any of us for their wedding. But I just couldn't help myself to not give them something to celebrate them getting married, so I gave them this trip. And when I did that, his fiancée asked for us to come with them as well, so that we could all share all the fun. So the four of us are gone, right now enjoying a relaxing vacation in Bali. What? What the hell? You're a jerk! You guys never even bothered to invite Nick or I. Why would we ever invite two complete strangers on a trip with us? What? And I've already talked with all of our neighbors about how you guys chose to cut ties with us over not having any money for the two of you to take. So you can go right ahead and scream and shout about me because nobody's gonna care. Actually, I even asked them to record anything you guys do if they see you around my house. Wait, what? So go on now, start screaming and crying until you've gotten it all out of you. Now, I need to get back to my family before we head to the beach again. And just after talking with M, I started receiving videos from all my neighbors of M standing in front of the house crying in her hands. And then I took those videos and began sending them all to M, only for her to leave them on read and never respond to me again. I also got a message from Nick asking to let us be a family again, and that when they have their first baby, they might need help taking care of it. But of course, that's none of my business, so I just ignored him instead. I'd like them for both to become decent adults together, so I think they need to respect what they say and follow through with it like the rest of us have.